you very welcome on this stage in this very small town. Welcome.
A 747 with Halifax beneath, spilling in the Atlantic Sea. Oh, heading into Dublin, thinking about a girl and wondering what she means to me. I've been on a bus, in a van, on a plane, till the view all looks the same. I've been a stranger in town, the one they talk about, seen the marquees with my name. I've been looking for a spark, I've been looking for passion, I've been looking for truth, I've been looking for a selfless love, I've been looking for me, maybe I'm looking for you. It's the way that the evening sky touches sea, yet so much lies in between. It's the way she calls my name, it's the sound of midnight rain when she's sleeping next to me. I've sacrificed love, seen it die in vain, felt my heart give way to pride and shame. But I won't sacrifice the truth, not even for my muse, let alone for minor fame. I've been looking for a spark, I've been looking for passion, I've been looking for truth, I've been looking for a selfless love, I've been looking for me, maybe I'm looking for you. Maybe a song can heal a soul like prayers, don't know where they come from or they go. Lilting lullabies under the cover of night. Long ago I heard someone say, seek yourself, you'll be on your way. Sometimes that's just like trying to make lightning strike. 'Cause I've been looking for a spark, I've been looking for passion, I've been looking for truth, I've been looking for selfless love, I've been looking for me, baby I'm looking for you. Dankjewel. Alright. Good evening. Thanks y'all for coming. This is my first time here, and so I'm really happy to be here, and thanks for coming out this evening. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I grew up in a little town in southern middle Tennessee, and it was not much bigger than this town. And both of my grandparents were farmers, and my parents, they're the generation that left the farm and worked in factories. And my mom's a school teacher, but my dad's little brother, my uncle, my favorite uncle, he's the one that taught me how to play this thing. So, for what's that? It's his fault. For better or worse, it's his fault, right? But he's taught me a lot of good lessons. So anyway, this is a new song, and I wrote it the month before I left, last month before I left to go on tour. So it's called 50 Bucks. Got an uncle back home who taught me everything there is to know. From guitar picking to throwing them back to the ladies hanging out at the shows. had a K5 Blazer and an Alvarez Yari that rang through the holler from Granny's porch. One day he told me I could even make money if I'd learn a few more chords. So there's a man that'll pay you $50 if you sing till they shut it down. 50% off a draft beer and a burger on the house. You can play your own, you can cover the stones, long as no one complains of the sound. It all goes well, well, you can come back anytime you're in town for $50. I tried work and I tried school, but a circle won't fit in a square. So I picked up my guitar and slung it on my back, and I went on from there. But all these roads and all these bars are starting to look the same. If I get loose and the people are down, hell, who am I to complain? There's a man that'll pay you $50 if you sing till they shut it down. 50% off draft beer and a burger on the house. You can play your own, you can cover the stones, long as no one complains of the sound. All goes well, well, you can come back next time you're in this town for $50. Years get lost, truth gets found. You give love, but you don't get back. I've heard tell you can even make money, but I don't know about that. When there's a man that'll pay you $50 if you sing till they shut it down. 50% off draft beer and a burger on the house. You can play your own, you can cover the stones, long as no one complains of the sound. All goes well, well, you can come back the next time you're in this town for $50. For $50. Thank you all very much. This next song is one that's it's on my last record that came out at the end of last year on Blue Rose Records, which is based out of Germany. Before that, I was working with a Dutch label that put out my first 4 records. The first part of this song is about I was on tour in Ireland a few years ago, and after the gig I was staying in this old hotel, and the promoter, being very Irish, thought that it was his job to drink with me and see if he could drink me under the table. Now I'm about this much Irish and he's this much Irish, so he won. The next morning I woke up in the hotel room there, and I woke up, and when the cobwebs, went away and I could open my eyes, I looked around and I was like, shit, all my stuff's gone. I've been robbed. My guitar's gone. My clothes are gone. So I walked out of the room and I opened the door and I looked across the hallway and I saw right across from me room number 11. And I was like, wow, that sounds really familiar. Wasn't I standing in room 11? And I looked around, I was like, oh, that's room 10. And so I walked into room 11, and there was my guitar, and there was my luggage, and there was all my stuff. I had apparently taken a right instead of a left, coming back from the pub and in the hallway. But the second part of this song is I met I was on tour in West Virginia back in the States a long time ago, and I had a night off, and so I checked into a hotel, and I looked for the best bar in town to kill the time. And you see a theme here, of course, but and so I got to talking to the bartender, and he was a poet, and he was working on a novel, and we talked all night, and he served, I drank, and a few years later he contacted me, and he said, yeah, I wrote a new novel, and you're in it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, really? What am I in it for, you know? And he said, no, you gave me some really good advice at the time that I really needed to hear. And he said, so I wrote this book. He moved to Mexico, and he was trying to get sober, and he wrote this book called The Little House of the Devil, which was about living with his demons. And apparently I gave him some advice he really needed to hear at the time. And when he sent me a transcript, you know, a manuscript, I should say, and I was on tour a few years later, and I was reading it while I was touring around, and I got to the point where he meets me at the bar while he's bartending, and I tell him that, you know, he shouldn't worry about what everybody thinks, and he should just do what makes him happy and follow his passion, follow his bliss, and I was like, wow, that's some good advice. I should listen to that advice. And so I kind of sort of gave myself some advice 5 years later that I didn't remember giving somebody else. So anyway, be careful what you say. It may show up in print somewhere. So this is called Limavady Blues. In the Limavady Hotel, banging my head against the wall. No one but these same old blues that I got left to call. I woke up this morning in the wrong hotel room. I don't know what I did to lose you. It must have been something I've yet to do. And I said, oh, you're gonna be the one that breaks me. She said, no, only love you long as you're wild and free. She said, oh, you could be the one that saves me. I said, no, save you from what you want to be. I fell asleep in Dublin, woke up in Frankfurt. I dreamed of you and home. I found the little house of the devil, hoping to ease my troubled soul. But I never found any answers, just questions more and more. My own words returned to haunt me, to prove that I'm no better than I was before. I said, oh, you're gonna be the one that breaks me. wild and free. She said, oh, you could be the one that saves me. And I said, no, I can't save you from what you want to be. The wheels in the wind towards you and the coast, but California shaking like a lost child each time I turn to go. No matter how fast I'm traveling or how far I roam, when I wash my face in the morning, the same old blues are the first to say hello. Oh, you're gonna be the one that breaks me. She said no, I only love you as long as you're wild and free. She said, baby, you could be the one that saves me. And I said, no, I can't save you from what you want to be.